Hey everyone, happy Wellness Wednesday. I want to pick up where we left off last week about trash talking. But this week, we are going to clean up our thoughts, and I'm going to give you some more tools that can help you do so. So, if you are in the majority, like we talked about last week, where we wake up already on defense mode, already thinking negatively, already feeling overwhelmed, or you tend to just feel negative thoughts for the most part throughout your day, you're not alone. Um, but the good news is we have tools available that can help us reframe. The problem is, or it's actually not even a problem, the only thing getting in the way of doing them is knowing about them. So I guess two things: knowing that they're available and actually being intentional about using them. So for some of us, for most of us, it is not an innate gift. It is not something we're born with. It is something that we have to choose to do on a regular basis, and not even on a daily basis, probably on a hour to hour or sometimes minute to minute, depending on the day. Just, finding ways to rephrase or reframe things in our head. And I'm not trying to get you guys to not feel your feelings or to not validate your feelings. I think everything that we feel is important. I'm talking about ways to get out of that negative state if you need to. Of course, we need to cry. We need to acknowledge and respect what we're going through. But when it's really hard to get out of the negative mindset, or if we're always just superficially draining our brains with negative thoughts that just don't serve us, those superficial thoughts, those thoughts that, when we look in the mirror, we're just not happy with how we look, or we're beating ourselves up over a food choice we made the night before. Those types of things that just don't serve us, that will just keep leading us down a negative path. It is a ripple effect. It's a domino effect of just negative, negative, negative. So I'm not talking about big life circumstances, although these tools can help you if you find it really difficult to snap out of things or snap out of feelings. But again, I want to acknowledge that all feelings are valid and that you should feel your feelings and not try to hide them or mask them. So we talked about last week rephrasing things. So when you think something negative, how do you rephrase that in a positive way? So if you get my blog, the example I gave was, I had 2 bowls of ice cream last night, and you're beating yourself up over that. How can you rephrase that? So today, instead of just rehashing that night and thinking, wow, I'm just going to throw in the towel because I ate 2 bowls of ice cream last night, I might as well just continue the binging today. I'm never going to be able to get out of this cycle. I have no self-control. If you believe it, you will do actions around that belief. It's just, our brains are smart, but we feed our brains with information. So instead, rephrase it. Say, you know what? I made a poor choice last night. And think, what can I do today to support my body? Because you have that power, you have that control over your thoughts, over your decisions. And so when we realize that just one decision doesn't, it's not the end all be all. We don't need to throw in the towel over one poor choice. We just have the opportunity to make a different one the next day or the next hour or whatever it may be. We think about 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and that's on average. And so could you imagine all the decisions that we have to make, all the thoughts that we think, and all of the negative things that are circulating around in our heads? But I want you to also realize that just because you think something doesn't mean it's true. You don't have to believe every negative thing you think about yourself. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. I want you to really understand that and remember that. And you have the power to create the world around you just by the thoughts that you think. So Dr. Wayne Dyer famously wrote, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So it's all about perspective. So rephrasing the words that you use, perspective shifts, gratitude, starting your day feeling, if you're already in the habit of just thinking negative, Get intentional about how you start your day. Maybe decide, all right, starting tomorrow, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to think whatever I think, but I'm going to stop myself in my tracks and think of something that I'm grateful for. It doesn't matter what it is. It literally does not matter. As long as it brings you joy, as long as you are actually truly grateful for it. It's really hard to be negative when you're thinking about something that you appreciate and that you're thankful for. So start your day with gratitude if that helps. And always remember that you are the boss of the thoughts that you think. You are the boss of your body. You have control over the things that you do, the things that you say. And remember, the things that we think create emotions, and emotions create actions. And so it is a vicious cycle if we are constantly thinking negatively. So again, I'm not trying to change how you think. If you are in your feelings, if something happened that is really affecting you, you need to acknowledge them, journal about them, meditate on them, feel your feelings, cry, vent to somebody. But when you are thinking just negative thoughts about how you look or what you didn't do or how overwhelmed you are, I don't want to say minuscule because they're not minuscule. They do add up and they weigh on us. But think about the power that you have within yourself. So if you want to change your life, you have to start with the thoughts that you think. So I hope that's helpful. If you need help or guidance around any of this, please reach out. I'm always available. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.